I'm really stoked because I finally found somebody to take the job as a route operator to work my other truck. It took me a year, but because of the COVID-19 virus, all of a sudden the job pool expanded quite a bit, and I was very fortunate to have Tyler Castro apply for and accept the position of route operator. And he comes at us with he's got an extensive business background, and he's still active in some other endeavors that he has, so he's got a great head for what we do and how we do it. He understood the business model right away. He just spent 4 weeks on my truck with me, just learning the ins and outs, the software, and building some customer relationships. And now for the next 2 weeks, I ride with him on his truck as we build out his new route. And we're going to be covering an awful lot of shops between Georgetown and Buda, Texas, and everything in between. We're focusing strictly on diesel and fleet services. They're fairly recession-proof shops, and the business there is very steady. And we can fill out his entire route right now just on those kinds of shops alone. So starting Monday, we're going to hit the road together, and I'm going to be his backup and just let him take the reins and do his thing. 2 weeks of that, and then he's officially on his own. So congratulations, Tyler. Very happy that you're on board, and you seem to be loving what you're doing with us, so thank you so much. I really appreciate all the effort you've put in so far, and how eager you are to learn and to move ahead. So what I wanted to do today on the video was take you around on his truck, show you what's what, because we got a whole bunch of promotions lined up for meeting customers for the first time. And what better way to do that than to have giveaway and swag items, and also some genuinely useful tools that we can hand out as promotional items. Starting up at the front, we have a CRKT knife display, and we'll be building up this inventory a little bit over time. We're getting ready to put a restock order in for my truck and his truck. Bunch of products from Sonex. They're a favorite brand of ours. They have really good utility knives, but what we really go to Sonex for are wrenches and impact sockets. Lyle is another big brand that we carry. And Lyle and Sonex are both manufacturers, so you've seen their products on other tool trucks, but maybe under the tool truck's own brands like Matco and Snap-on and Mac and Cornwell. And they all buy third-party branded or rebranded products from Lyle. Forma funnels, OTC hose clamp pliers, just some miscellaneous knives and oil filter wrenches. Up top we have some specialty tools, injection testers, coolant refillers, rethread tap and die sets, leak down testers, more oil filter cups. Lang has a really good set of snap ring pliers. Yeah, we do still have some gloves, but this is the last of the gloves that we have in inventory. We've been going back and forth between suppliers to try to stay ahead of the curve, but it hasn't really worked. Everybody's out of gloves right now, so we got 1 box of XXL, 1 box of extra large, and 3 boxes of large gloves left. Both ISN, that supplies the Monster branded gloves, and Amex, which supplies our GloveWorks branded gloves, are all out of stuff right now. So we're just trying to get what we can when we can, but so far that's all we've got. Good tool sharpener here from Workshop. Schumacher and Easy Red lights, and then we finally got some new product lines open to us from Maxion. These Cyclops work lights are very popular. You've seen them on the Snap-on trucks back in the day, but Snap-on since changed their manufacturer, so although these are no longer the Snap-on ones, they were for a time. They have red, they have green, they also have yellow, but the yellow ones just aren't that popular, so we're focusing on the colors that move quickly, and we know that we can sell the reds and the greens pretty easily. Sonex came out with a line of lighting not too long ago, and we have some Maxion work lights as well. Monster has a particularly popular wrench extender. It seems like everybody buys this thing. It's one of the most popular tools on the truck. So some calipers, some plastic body clip sets, Triton 3-valve engine spark plug removers, because you know you're going to break them. We loaded up his truck with some of the Power Probe 3EZ diagnostic tools. ESI is a really good multimeter. Complete package there for about 175 bucks. And some quick release airline pliers. We also loaded them up with some Power Probe solder kits and the mini torch kits, OTC test lights, and some more Lyle branded relay testers, some more Power Probe temperature probe kits, and the Power Probe torch kit. Some more accessories from ESI. Lyle's got the 5-piece filter socket set. Monster has a really good sounding Bluetooth speaker. We loaded them up with some Coast lights. We prefer Coast on the truck as opposed to Streamlight because you get a better value with Coast. Coast has a lifetime warranty like Streamlight does, but the things that they do better than Streamlight is warranty fulfillment. I can just swap out a broken Coast light with you on the truck. I don't have to send it in for repair, which is what I have to do for Streamlight. And they also don't use a proprietary charger. Coast uses regular USB mini chargers, so you don't need a proprietary charger like Streamlight has. And all their beams are focusing, and they all use dual power, so you can use a rechargeable power cell that's in this light right now, or they also come with alkaline carriers and alkaline batteries. And they get a lot of efficiency out of their batteries too. You know, this light, for example, on high, on rechargeable, is rated for 3.5 hours, which for a rechargeable light's awfully good. And I think the TX14R here is rated for even more. Yeah, this is rated for 4 hours and 15 minutes. And that's pretty spectacular. You don't see that kind of runtime out of most lights. We're big gear wrench dealers, so we carry a full lineup of their hand tools. Their impact sockets are very good. They stand up very well to any other brand. A nice magnetic spark plug socket set. They have some really nice specialty tools too, like the ratcheting screwdriver and bit sets, O2 sensor sockets, puller sets, some of the larger selections of impact sockets. They've got one of the nicer serpentine belt tool sets too. You've probably seen the same one branded under Mako. They have nice pass-through sockets with a ratcheting flex head wrench that comes with it. More Sunex drop lights. And gear wrenches stud removal set, their disconnect set, and their brake caliper kit. Down below we got a bunch of Sunex branded impact sockets. Whoops. All different sizes, configurations. I love Sunex. Pricing and their warranty fulfillment's really, really easy. I'd put them right on par with the gear wrench stuff. They never ask questions when there's a warranty issue. I just send the broken stuff in and get credit for it, so I can swap it out on the truck with you. Milton for our air chucks and inflators. Lots of different extension sets from Gear Wrench. And we have the Irwin bit sets as well for drill bit sets, and the screwdriver bit sets as well. On the bottom shelf we have these large blower fans from K-Tool. These are the guys that move 1,200 cubic feet per minute. And with the summer here, or gonna be here any day now, they're gonna be the hot commodity item. These double-ended spline wrenches from Mountain are super popular. 2 sizes on each wrench, spline ratcheting ends as well. And they're nice long handles, so you got a lot of leverage. On the other side, Eklund, Bondhaus, gear wrench. We even have some Sunex for hex and Torx key sets. Milwaukee's got this really beautiful combination wrench. It's a full polish wrench, and the way they make the beam on the wrench, it's just one of the better looking wrenches, I think. They feel really good in the hand. They've got a real aggressive open end there. These things don't slip. And they put a lifetime warranty on them. If you need a good torque wrench, go with Gear Wrench. You're getting a premium quality wrench, and the price is way less than what you'll find in some of the other tool trucks. Fan of them too. They have some really good specialty sockets and hex drivers as well. More of the larger Sunex socket sets. These gearbox wrenches from Gear Wrench are really popular with the diesel guys. And then we have crow's feet and just a regular standard Gear Wrench set. This bad boy here, this is a consignment gig that I took on. Now that we're going to see a whole bunch more diesel shops than usual, I have a feeling there'll be a market for this big old torque wrench with a 3/4 and 1 inch adapter. This one goes to 650 foot-pounds. Bunch of smaller specialty items. Try to keep impulse purchase items here by the door. These pivot force compound pliers from Gear Wrench are pretty cool. They've got this pivoting mechanism in there so that when you squeeze the handle, you're actually doubling the force. Well, actually, it's about 40% more force. And I've sold those to guys that have arthritis or some troubles with their hands, and they're able to grip it better and get more force when they squeeze. And again, just some smaller specialty items. Going past the old point of sale terminal, we're gonna hit the top here, and we're loaded up on pocket screwdrivers, butane, tool oil, and a whole bunch of Milwaukee power tools in this section. Big fan of Milwaukee. We could carry 4 or 5 different brands of power tool. We could carry Makita, DeWalt, Milwaukee, Ingersoll, and I think 1 or 2 others. But there is a reason we put Milwaukee on the trucks. Their warranties are better than anybody else in the biz. They got 5 years on their tools. Their extended capacity batteries have 3-year warranties, and their standard capacity batteries have 2-year warranties. And there has never ever been a problem with any warranty claim we've ever filed with them. They are outstanding to do business with. So until they disappoint or prove me wrong, they're the inventory of choice. And I've got no inclination to put anything else on the truck. But if somebody needs a Makita, DeWalt, or whatever, we can still get it for you. Some pocket magnets. Gotta have some snacks. These snacks are sitting in the Monster adjustable work table. These guys have a nice drawer and adjust from a low of 36 inches to a height of 48 inches. And along the back, I don't know if there's enough light to see, along the back they have holes to accept long tools like pry bars and screwdrivers. And they've been a very good seller for us. I did another video on the assembly on these. Check that out up here to see if it's something you're interested in. They come in 4 colors. We got green, black, gray, and orange. The 10-piece set of Milwaukee Torque Lock pliers, when you fasten these things down, you can stick a screwdriver in their Torque Lock feature and crank that thing over to get it just a little bit tighter, because you know when you put them on and you got to, like, it's as tight as you want, but you still got to back it off about a 1/8 of a turn or a 1/4 turn just to get it where you want. This you can make up for that that lost torque on these by cranking that thing over. We've got a DeWalt compressor. This thing came in damaged, but we repaired it and it works great. We've load tested it and pressure tested it. It holds 200 psi. It was sitting holding 200 psi for a month, so we know it's good, and we can sell it at less than a used price, even though it is a brand new unit. And of course we have Phoenix here on our t-shirts. She says, "Hello boys, come on the truck." All right. Ullman makes good lighted back mirrors. Mechanics Time Saver makes a lot of tool organization appliances like socket rails, magnetic trays, stuff like that. You've bought their products under different names because they're also a manufacturer. I mean, I know Mac uses them for their socket organizer. I think Matco does too. Maybe Cornwall. I don't know about Snap-on though. Lyle makes just about everybody's oil filter wrenches. This 4-in-1 oil filter wrench set from K-Tool has 4 different sized bands on it. Up on the top we got some Redback boots, Durablock sanding blocks, grease gun. Titan's got a really popular welding helmet. I will admit that I wasn't such a fan of Titan when I first started learning about them. I know they're kind of a bargain grade tool company, but I'll tell you this, they stand behind all this stuff pretty well, and I have very little issues with anything that anyone's bought with them. And those welding helmets are really nice. Nice graphics on them, and they're really responsive, so you're not going to flash yourself. And that helmet's been particularly popular. Gear Wrench got a really nice tool tote. And along here we got lockout kits, some more tool organizers, some overstock on ratcheting sets from Gear Wrench, some Monster branded magnet trays, face shield, Bluetooth speaker, glove box holder, an array of funnels including the spill-free funnel set. I'll get to this cool stuff in a minute. Save the best for last. And just some various Gear Wrench items. Torque screwdrivers, files, scrapers, hook and pick sets. We got bunches of different chrome socket sets down here from Gear Wrench, both Torques and the regular 6 and 12 point chrome sockets in shallow, semi-deep, and deep. Gear Wrench's hammer line used to be the Armstrong line. Apex Tool Group owns Gear Wrench and Armstrong. They turned down the Armstrong brand and then moved all those products into the Gear Wrench lineup. The good old reliable Lyle plastic creeper. They make everybody's plastic creepers. If you've got a Mac, Snap-on, Cornwell, Napa I think even has them. Mac, everyone's got this creeper, and Lyle makes them for everybody. And Milwaukee has a fairly popular pry bar set too. These are really strong. They don't flex like the other ones do. They have a nice I-beam design to them. And I love Mayhew's products. Their pry bars are the same as the Mac, Cornwell, Snap-on, and Matco ones because they manufacture for all the other brands. They also manufacture for Monster. So when you buy any of their pry bars, you're buying the Mayhew pry bar. Lifetime warranty with a striker cap. They'll stand behind everything. They also make really good air chisel sets and punches too. Along the ceiling we've got, oh look, Mayhew air chisels. Individual wrenches, 1/4 inch ratchets, and then 3/8 and 1/2 inch ratchets, both with the full polish and the comfort grip. Moving on to crimpers, strippers, cutters, pocket screwdrivers. Get ready, all of our customers next week that we've never seen before. You're gonna get a bunch of free pocket screwdrivers. And just a regular array of different kinds of pliers from Gear Wrench. We're gonna be filling out this section. This is mainly our Nipex section of the ceiling. We're gonna be filling that out as we go. This is really popular with a lot of our diesel shops, the Dafco fuel filter retainer ring wrench. This shaker siphon is crazy popular, so we've always got those in stock, and Milwaukee's got a really good mini pick set. 25 bucks for that set, lifetime warranty, and if you compare them to the Snap-on one, they're less than half the price. What? Yes. That seems really inexpensive, Lindsay. I know, you can't beat that deal. All right, that pretty much does it for most of the products. Now, let's talk about the promotion stuff, because this is where it gets fun and interesting. The deal is, when we go out and hit shops next week and the week after, because we're seeing people for the first time, we want them on the truck. We want them to get excited. We want to start moving product and getting tools in people's hands, getting their accounts established, and start creating a really good customer experience for everybody who gets on the truck. What we're doing is we're going to be giving away a bunch of promotional items from Gear Wrench and Monster. And the way Tyler merchandised his truck, I'm jealous because I don't have this level of creativity. What he did was he decided he's going to put stuff in a Monster cart, which is really cool because now he put it in the top, but he also put stuff in the drawers. But to spotlight it all, what's he do? He gets one of the Maxion work lights and he trains it on the cart. So now it literally and figuratively spotlights what we're giving away. So it's up to him how he wants to handle and structure the giveaways. But what we've done in the past with Gear Wrench is for every like 50 bucks, you'll get a choice of other things. So you spend 50 bucks, choose a freebie out of the top compartment. For example, you spend 100, choose a freebie out of the top in one of the drawers, 150, 200, whatever, right? So we're starting all our new customers off with $500 credit limits just to establish a relationship and build that up. And then as they purchase and order stuff, they can come on over here and they can choose Gear Wrench t-shirts, Monster Mobile license plates. We have these really nice 16-ounce Gear Wrench insulated stainless steel bottles. Got a bunch of those. We even have some Lyle branded ball caps, fully embroidered too. Those are particularly nice. We have some sample items from Monster for gloves. Opening up the drawers, we got, oh, hang on. Hold the phone. Open up the drawers, we got some giveaway items here. These end nippers from Gear Wrench. A bunch of different sockets. Standard and metric stubby hex sockets. Bunch of torque socket sets. And down below, they have these 56-piece ratcheting screwdriver sets. And yeah, we can give all this stuff away. Gear Wrench does a very good job of taking care of us for promotional stuff. And they give us really valuable tools that you can actually use. These aren't just trinkets or, you know, swag items like keychains and stuff. We can give you actual tools that you can use in your job. And I love the fact that Gear Wrench throws that kind of weight behind their promotions. And then on the bottom shelf, we have these torque screwdriver sets. Get a whole 7-piece tamper-proof torque screwdriver set for free when you purchase and or order stuff on the truck. Now that the summertime's here, we keep ice water on the truck that we give out because we don't want people getting dehydrated and getting sick. And this fella right here is a Pelican 50-quart cooler, lifetime warranty, and it's made in the US of A. And I love that about these guys. These things are built super solid, and they say that they rate the ice retention in these for 8 days. I guess if you filled it with nothing but ice and you left it closed, I'm sure 8 days later you would still have ice in there, but that's not how you use a cooler, right? But also I can tell you this in practical terms. We load chilled water, a case of, we usually put like 24 bottles of chilled 16 ounce of chilled bottled water in here at a time, 24 bottles or so. And then we put only 10 pounds of ice in. And we're opening and closing these coolers multiple times every day, handing out water. The ice is still there 3 days later. Not much, but it's still there, and the water is still perfectly cold. So I can tell you from practical experience, opening and closing, getting stuff in and out all the time, you'll get a solid 3 days at just 10 pounds of ice. So you double that ice, you'll get even longer. Inside the cooler is a good amount of space. You can see how substantial and thick the walls are. And it has a nice nice gasket around it that keeps it sealed. It doesn't keep it, you know, if you tip this thing over, water's going to come out of it, but it seals for insulation purposes very well. These beautiful heavy-duty latches keep this thing closed, and it's got these substantial rubber feet on the bottom too. They come in a bunch of different colors. This is the tan and orange, obviously. The one on my truck is gray on the outside and the lime green on the inside. They have sea foam and white and I think brown. They got a bunch of different colors. They're beautiful, every one of them. And they have them up to 250 quarts, which is a huge cooler. I know guys that have bought those from me who've taken them out on boats, and he said they loaded it with I don't know how many hundreds of pounds of ice, still put enough food and drink in there for being out for a week or so, and they said they still had ice when they came back. So I'm a big believer in the Pelican products. They're pricey, but they're not Yeti pricey, and they'll last you a good long time, and they've got a warranty forever. So big fan of the product line. So I think that's about it. I couldn't be happier and more excited to get Tyler out and about meeting all his new customers as we build his route. So the next couple of weeks will be a ton of fun, and it's only gonna be better from here. And even though we're in a recession and a lot of shops are having trouble managing their schedules and business with the COVID-19 virus going around, I'll tell you this, we're pretty lucky because focusing on fleet and diesel services has been fairly recession proof. And those shops are the ones that have kept us afloat, even though a lot of the automotive and paint and body shops, unfortunately, have been so severely impacted that some of their guys have lost their jobs, and it's been kind of a sad time for them. But business-wise, it's been very good for us to focus on the fleet and diesel sector. So thank you to all our fleet and diesel customers. You've done a lot to help us as we continue to get through the coronavirus pandemic, and we'll see how it all plays out. But for right now, I couldn't be more pleased with where we've positioned ourselves in the market and how we're growing. So thanks again to Tyler. Welcome aboard, buddy. Let's get at it on Monday, and we'll have a ton of fun out there. And thanks to everyone who watched. Kindly click here to subscribe so that you don't miss a beat. And remember, use a tool. Don't be one.